Righto, it's time to get cracking on lunch, on the meal preps for lunch, just because it's going to take the longest, although it's actually not going to be long at all. But essentially what we're doing is we're doing a bit of a tortellini pesto salad, because it's something that you eat cold. You could heat it up if you wanted to, but the intention is you eat it cold. So I've got the prosciutto tortellini. I'm going to season some chicken and grill it. And what's going to go in it is baby bocconcini, which I've got here, cherry tomatoes, which I'll cut in half, baby spinach, and I shall finely dice some red onion. And then you mix it all through with pesto. And that's it. That is it. It's going to be very simple. So first off, all I'm going to do is season my chicken. And this was lazy. This was so lazy of me, actually. I bought the chicken breast that had already been cut into like thin schnitzel type pieces, so I don't have to do it myself. I don't know about anyone else, but I suck at cutting chicken thin. I can't do it. It's not a skill I have. I butcher it. Anyway, here we are. So I'm just going to season these. The seasoning I've picked is this ABC blend from Lane's. Lane's? Is it Lane's? Yes, it's Lane's. With a little bit of jalapeno. So it's got a little bit of spice to it, but not too much. So I'm just going to season this up, get the grill going, get the frying pan going so I can cook this, and then I'll get a pot of water on for the tortellini. And then it pretty much just comes together by itself, really. Right. Our pan has been heating up. We're now going to just pop our chicken in and grill it very simply. I think I might have to do this in 2 batches, to be honest with you. Yeah, because it's 3 bits and that'll only comfortably fit 3. That's fine, I'll cook these off and then I'll come back and do the last one. But this is about as hard as it's gonna get. I will put a pot on of water. I'll get that going actually so we can start to do that. Because once the chicken and the pasta cooks, everything sort of comes together really quickly, which is nice. It's what you want. This is going to be a really nice, simple and easy sort of throw together meal prep. But the thing I'm most excited about is breakfast. We're doing lemon meringue pie overnight oats with homemade lemon curd that I did yesterday. I can't wait, I'm so excited. I'm just cooking this last bit of chicken, but our water is going enough that we can chuck our pasta in. This is only a small packet. It technically says serves 2. However, for me, this will be more than enough because this is just three days worth of lunch. So serves 2 is fine. Plus we're gonna add a whole heap of stuff into it. So don't get caught in the trap of getting a really big packet of pasta, because you need to remember that you're actually not going to have as much as you normally would because you've got other bits that are going into it as well. But we're almost done. How good is that? This one's super easy. Gareth found this recipe for me, which I'm super jazzed about because I would never have thought of this, to be honest. I actually would never. But it sounds absolutely delightful. So I'm hoping it's as good as it sounds. To bring all of this together, we just want to I've let that tortellini cool for a couple of minutes, but tortellini, I've got my punnet of cherry tomatoes that I've cut in half. I've got my punnet of baby bocconcini. That's a lot, it's fine. This was not in the recipe, but I did decide to add in just a little bit of finely diced red onion, just because I like red onion. I thought that would be nice. And we're going to pop in a jar of pesto. We've also got some spinach that we're going to add in as well. But we will see how we go. And then what I'm also going to do is I reserved a little bit of pasta water, which I'm just going to pop into this pesto jar. Not much, probably just a couple of tablespoons. Give that a really good shake around, which will give us just a little bit more of a runnier sauce, if you will. And I'm going to need a bigger spoon than that. I'm just going to really carefully, because you don't want to break up your tortellini sort of too much. I'm just going to really carefully mix all of this through. And then you could absolutely put the chicken in with this like now if you wanted to, and just have it all together. I'm just going to put the chicken on the top and not actually mix it all through. Now that that is mixed, you can also add in your pesto, I think it is. Just got a bag of baby spinach. Pop in sort of as little or as much of that as you fancy. I wanted to get one of the small bags of baby spinach that Woolly has, but they didn't have any. They only had the big bags, which, I mean, it's 120 grams of spinach. So it's not a lot in weight, it's just a lot in volume because spinach is very light. But this is essentially it. I've got my meal prep containers here. I'm going to spoon it all into the meal prep containers, add the chicken on top, and this is it. This is lunch. And guys, the smell of this is phenomenal. Okay, let's get, I'm covered. My hands are covered in pesto. Covered. Now, if I was, here we go. I was gonna say, if I was a spoon, where would I be? I fear that this might be more than 3 days worth, even though I only got a small thing of pasta. I fear, but that's okay. You know what? Maybe we have some of this for lunch today, maybe. We shall see. There's the first one. But I'm really grateful that hubby found this recipe for me. Truth be told, guys, he got it on Gemini. Good old AI. AI seems to make an appearance a fair amount in our house these days, whether it be hubby or kids, or I haven't quite got my head around it, to be honest. I don't quite understand it. And I think some of the results I have had when I've asked Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever for help have been a bit, like I've had some mixed responses, if you will. And I wonder if it's because I'm just not good at wording necessarily what I'm after. So sometimes I imagine that's part of the problem. It's probably not so much that, it's probably more me than anything else. I have sliced up my chicken, whatever. And I'm just gonna pop one just straight on the top, like that. And then these will just go straight in the fridge, and then we are 100% ready for work. But there you go. That's what it looks like. Stunning. Don't ask me the calorie count of this, guys. No idea. Look, you could probably work out the calorie count if you wanted to, but I don't weigh stuff, not like this. And to be honest with you, I'm not that health conscious. I'm conscious that I like to eat whole foods, and to me, I would consider this a really nice, healthy, balanced lunch. Other people may not, but that is fine. Other people aren't eating this. You can substitute if you want to, whatever you like, but yeah, I'm not particularly big on the macros and the calories and all of that sort of stuff. But if you do it for yourself at home and you're really into that, you could absolutely work that out. I don't imagine it'd be too hard. All right, so I'm gonna pop the lids on these. They're gonna go into the fridge. This is all done. It's time to get cracking now onto the breakfast part of the meal prep, which, as I said, is going to be lemon meringue pie baked oats. I'm so excited for this one. This was another hubby found recipe on Gemini, so let's hope it's all right. We are back to do our overnight oats. So for this, what you're going to need is rolled oats. Sorry, it's like hiding. Rolled oats, chia seeds, a milk of choice, lemon curd, and Greek yogurt. This is a vanilla Greek yogurt. You're also going to need just plain digestive biscuits. These are optional, but meringue nests. Now, let me pull up the recipe, because this is not my recipe, guys. This is not mine. This was not my brainchild. Actually, you know what I might do first? So this was homemade lemon curd. I did it yesterday. I did not film it because it was a new recipe that I'd never done before, and I figured I was going to test it out before I showed you guys. I just need a jar. Which jar do I want to use? Which jar? This one, I think. I'm just going to take it out of this and sort of put it into here. And you know what? Let's do a little sample, because I've not tried it. I tried it when it was warm, but I haven't tried it since it cooled down. Oh, tangy. I mean, it's lemon curd, is what you want, right? That is so delish. I am a big citrus person. Love citrus. I'll be back. We want 1.5 cups of our rolled oats. You can do this individually in the jars if you want to. I find it actually gets quite messy doing it that way, so this is just my personal preference. Then you want 1.5 cups of whatever milk it is you're doing. This is just full cream milk because that's what I have. And again, I'm not calorie conscious. If you would like to be more health conscious, then sure, of course you can. It's just what I've got. And I want 3/4 cup of Greek yogurt. So that is 1/2 cup. And then 1/2 of the 1/2 cup. Yeah, that's about it, I reckon. Give or take. And then to this, we are going to add 3 tablespoons of our chia seeds. 1, 2, and 3. And what's going to happen is the chia seeds, they're going to thicken up the liquid in this as they absorb that moisture overnight. It will thicken everything right up. Now, this is also optional. However, for me, it's not optional. I'm going to add in some vanilla bean paste. Absolutely do not have to, but I added vanilla to absolutely everything. And we are going to give this a really good mix. And this is essentially the base. Because it's vanilla flavored, you could realistically add whatever flavorings and toppings to this you wanted. Would be absolutely delightful. See how that's really quite runny? As the oats absorb the milk and the yogurt, and as the chia seeds absorb that liquid as well, this will all thicken up. Perfect. Right, I'm just going to chuck the milk in the fridge. Oh, and the yogurt, because we're done with that as well. And then we're on to the best part, which is the assembling of the jars. So, as I said, this is my homemade lemon curd. I have tried it. It is stunning, in my humble opinion. You want roughly 2 tablespoons per jar. You can do more if you want to. You could do less if you want to. But to make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, if you will, because we're social media girlies, I've just smeared some of that lemon curd around the outside of the jar. All 3 of our jars have got the inside smeared with lemon curd. Now, this is starting to thicken up already, which is good. It's going to make it easier for scooping. So just with a big spoon, you just want to evenly, or as evenly as you can. And this is why doing it in the jars themselves is better, because you know what's going into each, I guess. However, I like to go rogue And we're just going to continue doing this until they all have roughly the same amount. And I will bring you back when they're all full. All of those are now full as equally as possible. And I've given the jars a bit of a tidy up. But look at that. I love the smear of the curd on the inside. Just adds a little bit of pizzazz, if you will. So I'm just gonna add probably a teaspoon. It's probably a big teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons of lemon curd. I'm just gonna pop it straight onto the top. Just like that. Onto each one. Now, this, this is where the real magic happens, because I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Laura, you said this is lemon meringue pie overnight oats. What are you talking about? Where is the pie of this lemon meringue pie? I'm not going to do it now because it needs to be done day of. You get 1 digestive biscuit, 2 if you're feeling naughty, because 1 biscuit technically is a serve. Not that we care about that, we don't. 1 of these, crush it up. And then we're also going to get 1 of these meringue nests, crush it up. When you're ready to eat it, you sprinkle on top of these your crushed up digestive biscuit and meringue nest. And there you have lemon meringue pie overnight oats. Absolutely stunning. And there you have it. This is this week's meal prep. This one was really simple in my mind. There was a few ingredients. There was stuff that I had to get. A lot of this was not stuff I had in the pantry. However, it's going to be good. Beautiful, fresh tortellini pesto and chicken salad, if you will. Gorgeous lemon meringue pie overnight oats. It doesn't get any better than this. I know all the ingredients that's gone into this, whether or not it's like super healthy or calorie conscious. For me, it really doesn't matter. I know exactly what is in all of this. And I've made it myself, which is a big thing for me. I love making my own food. But this week was super inspired by AI/Gemini, thanks to my hubby. He came up with this. I am not mad about a single thing, nor would I change any of it. So I'm actually really looking forward to this week's meal prep and lunches and breakfasts. So stick around, guys, and I'll show you exactly what, I won't show you because I don't know what next week's going to be. But if you've got any suggestions for me, drop them in the comments below. Let me know if there's any amazing overnight oat combinations that you guys have done that you reckon I would love. Give me some ideas and some inspiration. We've got to the point where I've got such decision fatigue over what I want to make myself for my work lunches and breakfasts that we've resorted to AI. And to be fair, on his first crack, I would say he's done an absolutely smashing job. And in the spirit of balance, because I'm all about balance, we're also going to have a pack of these this week. Cadbury mini eggs, because I love those things. I wait for them to come around every year. That and cream eggs. Oh, I'd sell my soul for a cream egg. Those things are delightful. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. Come back next week and we'll do it all again. And who knows, chances are Gemini will inspire the next one as well, because I can't seem to make a decision to save myself.